What's up, guys? It's your girl Kasey, and I'm back again with another YouTube video about Airbnb. And I am currently sitting in my Airbnb. Just got through like cleaning for the next guest that's coming in at the end of the week. And I just wanted to talk to you about the good, the bad, the ugly of being an Airbnb host and like what that really entails that a lot of people just don't think about. So a lot of people get into Airbnb thinking that it's going to be a lot of like extra income, another stream of income, passive income. But I'm also like, it's really not like passive, right? Like there's still a lot of things that you have to do as an Airbnb like owner and an Airbnb host. You have to make sure that you're in good standings. And, you know, there could be extra guidelines with your city and also with where you're staying. So it's really not so much of passive income, but a full-on like business that you really should take as that. So a lot of people like overlook that part because they feel like, oh, it's Airbnb, I can just put my place up. But it really just comes with a lot of like financial responsibility, including like the initial investment and what it costs to like get set up, any permits, fees, like obviously furniture, cleaning supplies, like keeping things up. Like I cannot tell you how much I've spent on like coffee pods since, like I feel like every time I'm at the store now, I buy coffee pods for my Airbnb. And making sure that, you know, if they do mess up something or steal something, that you're replacing it or that you're putting in a claim for it. And a lot of people don't understand that part of, you know, Airbnb. So I'll just give you like my situation rundown and then I'll kind of break down like what that means. So I have an Airbnb in downtown Nashville, a few blocks away from Bridgestone Arena and two blocks from Bridgestone and 3 blocks from Broadway, if you guys know like where those two locations are. It is in an apartment complex, so I did not have to like buy a home first and then do Airbnb out of, which the reason why I decided to do that with my best friend Danielle was because we really weren't sure if we would like Airbnb like for a longer term, and we didn't want to like buy another house just to try this out and it not work or we not like it. So we set out like actual responsibilities for ourselves and like what each person is like responsible for. And my business partner slash best friend does not live in the city, so that means I'm responsible for a lot of the on-site like maintenance of it all. So we signed our lease in November, maybe towards the end of November, and then we had like a month and a half to basically like furnish it, put it, and go live so that we can start getting bookings. Because obviously like you have this place here, and if you're just decorating it, then you're not making any money off of it. So yeah, and I wouldn't say that we started actually getting profitable from this place until March or April. So yeah, so obviously like we had to have the upfront like costs, rent, utilities, all the furniture, stuff like that initially. And then we also wanted to pick an apartment because obviously we both own homes, and so we did not want to be responsible for any damage, like major repairs. So there's on-site like maintenance and all that great stuff if something were to go wrong here. So that definitely helped us out. I have like notes over here. Yeah, some people decide to like do them from homes, and I think that that's better. I think that the only thing that makes ours like stand out is because it is so close to Broadway, which is why a lot of people come here. But if you are gonna do Airbnb, that's a whole different conversation, so I won't even get into much of that. But the next thing that a lot of people don't think about is the time and the effort involved in Airbnb. Like I said, it's definitely not passive income. Like there's like, so I probably spend so much time like thinking about Airbnb, and we've only been doing it for like 7 months. So Obviously, like, you have to either you hire someone to come down here and clean your place, or you physically come down here and clean your place after every guest, after every checkout. You also have to make sure that you're keeping everything well stocked. That's cleaning supplies, anything that you supply your guests. Like I said, we give coffee, we have toothbrushes when people leave them, and then we have like an assortment of like shampoo, conditioner, body wash, and soap, lotion. And so we have to keep all of that up so that we can make sure that our Airbnb is fully stocked. It's also extremely time consuming and very worrisome when you have to talk to guests. So I have actually automated a lot of like my replies and a lot of timely things once from the time that you decide to book up until checkout. A lot of that is automated and sends out and so I don't have to send that each time. But there are obviously like questions that people ask, like before their stay, during their stay, what can they do, what can they not do, what are the rules, all that great stuff. So we do have a lot of like communication with the guests. Also, it's super annoying when people don't either provide us with the information that we need for a smooth check-in, or they have a super late check-in, like they don't get into the city until 10. And like we literally had someone come here at 11 and they had not like communicated with us for any of the check-in items that we needed. And so at 11, 12 o'clock, they're blowing up my phone like I'm awake. Like, if you knew that you were coming in town this late, wouldn't you think, hey, let me just make sure that I have everything that I need? Well, then he ended up getting like Airbnb support involved because I was not answering the phone, obviously, because it was midnight and I was asleep. So that's super annoying because that ends up hurting your Superhost score. And where I stay downtown, you have to maintain a certain score or else you could get evicted from the apartment based off of the score that you get on Airbnb. So that's annoying. It's also annoying because they get a percentage of like what we make, our revenue here for each booking. So I would definitely streamline your guest communication by doing automatic replies and making sure that you have automated messaging set to send out, and just and I'm still trying to figure out a couple of things, and that's what's annoying too, is because like there are so many features within Airbnb that you really don't know about on the host side until you actually have a listing to host. So when I went to New York to visit, they had these like little bubbles up top where you can literally click on the check-in process at any point in time. Click on like, I'm still trying to figure out what that was and how to like implement that on our side, but yeah. Obviously, property management. So like I said, I have an apartment, so our maintenance can come and like spray for bugs, take care of anything that's actually wrong with the actual unit itself. But then let's say you have a guest come in and completely trash your unit. You have to then take pictures, file a request through Airbnb, and they can elect to pay or not. And then obviously if they do, then great, they pay, and you tell, I provide pictures and what rule they broke. And maybe like 8.5 times out of 10, we have someone, no, I've received like the money that I requested. I also want to back up here too we've had like a lot of people ask like, hey, can we check in early? Can we check out late? And I would honestly just like have your designated like answer for that, like either yes or no, and your reason why. Because like sometimes I would want to do an early check-in at like 10, and it's like, obviously if someone's staying here the night before, then they're not going to be out until like 11:30, and then we need to clean. So no, you cannot do an early check-in. Dealing with difficult guests, I guess I really haven't had like that many difficult guests, but there are some. We've had maybe 3 or 4 that are just like, I just really want to punch you in the face. Like, you have literally no home training, and I don't understand who raised you. Obviously, like legal, safety, like compliance and things, you obviously have to get an Airbnb permit at my apartment complex. They do it for you. They file everything for you, and you don't have to worry about it. But if you have like a house, then you have to go through the city. You have to get permission from your neighbors if you have them. And it's a much longer process than here at my apartment complex. There's also different insurance that you have to get that is higher, because you are not just getting insurance for us, but obviously like it's basically like a rental. So you have to make sure that you have that. Any safety things, I mean, the regular house safety stuff. So if you're really going to be successful in Airbnb, then you would definitely want to like scale your business quickly. You really have to deck out like your place, and like I've seen some that have had like grass walls put in place. They have accent walls. Like, they took their decorations to the next level, and then like a higher booking fee like accounts for that decoration, because it's just like, oh, like a lot of people want to stay here for the Instagram moments. A lot of people come here to Nashville specifically for like bachelorette trips, 21 birthday like stuff, anniversary trips. Like, a lot of people come here to celebrate things. If you are thinking about doing Airbnb, I definitely like look into your city, because I know that the landscape of Airbnb will be changing by the end of the year or early 2024. So I wouldn't make any permanent decisions at this point, just because I don't think you'll know like where you'll be next year if you're looking to make this a bigger business. And if you don't have enough money to get started, then I wouldn't start. So, okay, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I greatly appreciate you guys. If you have any specific questions about Airbnb that I could answer, that would be awesome, and then I can compile them all in one video. So if you have a question, just feel free to leave it down in the description or in the comment section below this video. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye guys.